If you understand quantum physics very well, by now you will know that you will never experience your own death no matter how hard you try, because it is out of your control, because we live in a multiple timeline. And how is that? Let me give you an example. Have you ever zoned out before? Be it when you are having conversation with someone and you mysteriously zone out for some few seconds or minutes, or when you are driving a car on the express and all of a sudden you zone out without even realizing it. Your eyes and every part of your body are intact, but your consciousness has left. And when you gain consciousness while driving, or when the person you are having conversation with start touching or calling you, you panic immediately and gain control of your body back. And the first questions that will pop up to your head is, how am I still alive if you are driving? How long was I out if you zoned out during conversation? And that alone will become a mystery to you. Now let me explain this using quantum immortality. Remember that I said that you will never experience your own death no matter how hard you try, because we live in a multiple timeline in the beginning. Now, quantum immortality suggests that in any situation where you could die, there is at least one reality where you survived, which means that you would only experience the timelines where you keep living and not the one you died in. So you would never know how many times you have already died in other branches, because your consciousness will simply continue in the ones where you didn't die and erase the hours of your death. Now, this explains the zone out you keep on having when the version of yourself dies in the particular timeline. Your consciousness leaves that particular body and searches for a version of you in a different timeline that survived. So when it sees a version of you that lives, it starts sinking or pairing with that body, and during that moment you zone out. And when it's done sinking, that's when you have that quick panic. But wait, I think it all makes sense now on why we have NPCs, which are the non-player characters, because people we call NPCs are actually us in a different timelines that hasn't gained consciousness of themselves until they gain consciousness. And that's why when you become consciously aware, you suddenly knows what nobody taught you. Because when your consciousness synced in this particular you, is synced with memories of what your other self has done or experienced in other timelines, but only excludes those moments you died in those timelines. And this is why near-death experience could feel profound, because theoretically, you just shifted from timeline where you didn't make it to one where you barely did. And from our human perspective, we could never experience our own death, but only increasingly unlikely as the timeline narrows. But the scary darker implications is that you might not be getting luckier. You might just be running out of realities where survival is possible for you. And when that happens, then that's when you actually die in all timelines. Well, until next time, peace.